All right, guys, so today marks week 2 of our 7-week training. Within the training, we got our first 2 weeks being eccentrics, second 2 weeks being isometric contraction. Now that 5th week, we're going to take that week off from any specific phase to just max out again and test and see what type of improvements have we had within those first 2 phases already. Lastly, we're going to come on back and do the concentric side. That's the thing that a lot of us have already been working on for most of our lifting careers and just blindly leaving out the other two. So if we're working for power and explosion, what's the point of working any other phase other than just concentric if that's the shortening of that muscle or the explosive side of that movement? When it comes to power output, we can only output as much as we're able to absorb. So if you're not able to absorb a certain amount of power, but you try to put that out, your body is just not going to work in that way. You have to be able to absorb that amount of power to be able to potentiate it and then expend that out into your movement or explosion, whatever the case may be. So since we're on the eccentric phase, let's keep the focus here for right now. Eccentric training trains 2 physiological aspects, the stretch reflex and the stretch shortening cycle. Now the stretch reflex is responsible for explosive movements. Now within the stretch reflex, you have spindles, which are the stimulators, and then you have GTOs, which are the inhibitors. Think of the GTO as that overprotective parent that doesn't want to let you overdo something, but sometimes they overdo it by not letting you do anything at all or limiting the ability that you have. What eccentrics in turn does is actually limit the GTO. It teaches it how to decrease itself, how to calm itself down in a sense. So that way you're not worried about it stopping you from your maximum power output. So simple equation, simple math. Stretch reflex minus GTO inhibitor equals force production. Higher force production equals more output, whether it be in sprinting, whether it be in jumping, whether it be in lateral movement. Another bonus is that eccentrics have been shown to recruit more type 2 fibers, meaning the more explosive fibers within the muscles. Type 2 fibers is also the reason why you see a lot of muscle growth within people who do eccentrics on a consistent basis, and also make sure to keep that within their training, not only for performance, but it also helps out with the looks. When it comes to eccentrics, always remember to only do these with compound exercises because of the stress. Never use more than 85% of what your 1 rep max is. Always try to use a spotter. And most importantly, always try to finish with an explosive movement. Do not let yourself come out the hole slowly. Really push that explosion as much as you can with whatever weight capacity that you're using. Shout out to Cal Dietz and Ben Peterson for this very well detailed book. If you have not tried it out already, please check it out on Amazon or anywhere else where you can purchase the book.